Most New Zealanders couldn't tell you who makes Salisbury paste. They just remember the jar, small, glass, ham and chicken, smeared thick on white bread with a lot of butter, wrapped in glad wrap, dropped into a lunchbox without a second thought. For decades, it was one of the most ordinary things in a Kiwi kitchen. So ordinary, nobody questioned it. Then one day, it simply wasn't on the shelf anymore. No farewell, no announcement. And when people went looking for answers, what they found was stranger than they expected. So, what actually happened to Salisbury paste? The story starts somewhere most people would never expect. Not in a small Kiwi kitchen, not in a humble bakery, in a British meat empire. The Veste Group were one of the most powerful food companies in the world, operating freezing works across New Zealand from the early 1900s. In Wanganui in 1928, under that empire, a small goods company was quietly incorporated, the Wanganui Mccullum Bacon Company. They made bacon, ham, and a range of small goods for the lower North Island, supplied by raw materials from Veste, freezing works at Patea in Taranaki, and Taumoana in Hawke's Bay. Among the brands they produced were names that would become part of everyday Kiwi life: Palm, Monarch, Melrose, and Salisbury. That little paste in the glass jar at the back of your fridge was born inside one of the biggest meat operations New Zealand has ever seen. For over 50 years, it just kept going. The Wanganui factory fed families across the lower North Island. The paste went into lunchboxes. The brands went into supermarkets and dairies. Salisbury became invisible in the way only the most reliable things do. Not because it was forgettable, because it was always there. And then the empire started retreating. In September 1982, the Veste Group closed the Patea freezing works, around 800 jobs gone from a town of roughly 2,000 people. One of the main raw material suppliers to the Wanganui operation was suddenly silent. The Veste network kept restructuring through the mid-80s, shedding plants and companies as global economics made the old model unsustainable. While the empire was retreating, a Scotsman named Hector Mccullum was building his own operation, having founded Mccullum Industries in Henderson back in 1974. He had come to New Zealand drawn by the land, the farming environment, and the quality of what this country produced. He started with corned beef and built quietly. The company's register lists Mccullum Industries as a related company to Wanganui Milled Cure Bacon Company Limited. That is the direct link between the old empire and the new operation. In 1993, Wanganui Milled Cure Bacon Company Limited was formally dissolved. Mccullum picked up the brands and carried them forward. Palm, Salisbury, Monarch, Melrose. All of them now made in Henderson and exported to over 25 countries around the world. And here is what most people will never guess. Mccullum Industries is not a multinational. It is not managed from overseas. It is 100% New Zealand family owned. The brands that were born inside a British empire are now in the hands of a Kiwi family in West Auckland. That part of the story worked out. The harder part is this. The Mccullum website today lists the Salisbury brand. Corned beef, corned mutton, corned lamb. Still in production, still going. What it does not list anywhere is the savoury spread, the ham and chicken paste, the product most New Zealanders actually remember when they hear the name Salisbury. Consumer reviews from 2025 show people searching for it and coming up empty. A Woolworths product listing still exists online, but ghost listings for discontinued products are common in New Zealand supermarkets. Pages that stay live long after the stock is gone. No official announcement has been made. Mccullum Industries has not publicly confirmed the paste line has ended. So here is the honest position as of 2026. The paste most people remember has not been reliably spotted on shelves in some time. The company that owns the brand no longer lists it on their own website. Online you find people looking for it, not people finding it, and nobody has officially said it is finished. That is not a satisfying ending, but it is the true one. A British empire, a Wanganui factory, a little glass jar that survived the whole collapse. The Salisbury name is still here, still owned by a New Zealand family in Henderson. The paste is the question mark. If you spotted a jar recently, or you know what happened to the spread line, drop it in the comments, because this one deserves a proper answer. If you enjoyed this video, there is another New Zealand-owned brand of lollies you'd never guess existed. You can watch that video right here. And as always, stay curious.